Streaming live and worldwide. Kickass Podcast.
Yeah, he's definitely at the
Hello?
gym right now.
What's up, man?
Hey,
Oh.
what's up, my man? How we doing?
Doing pretty good. How about yourself?
Doing great, man. Hey, welcome to the Fighter's Voice Knockout Radio Show, my man. Actually, the Fighter's Voice Kick-Ass Podcast. The Fighter's Voice, the only voice. And speaking of the only voice, we got one of the top featherweights in the world, JoJo Diaz, man. Welcome to the show, my man.
Well, thank you guys for having me. I really appreciate it, man.
Hey, man, let's talk, man. Who's on your radar right now? I know you got a fight scheduled coming up, but who's on your radar right now?
Man, all the champions at 130. I want the first and foremost, man. The most important guy that I want right now is Kevin Farmer, but I also want to, fight Gervonta Davis, and I want to get a shot as well. If everything goes well with him with the Vargas fight, but yeah, the tough fight coming up too with Vargas. So I want all the best. I want all the smoke at 130, man.
Hey, man, you're calling them all out. You're not avoiding anybody.
Oh, yeah,
You're,
he definitely did
You're
that.
very confident in your hand speed, in your tenacity, and I'm talking to a future champion right here, world champion.
Oh yeah, without a doubt, man. It's not that I'm extremely confident because I've been through a lot in 2018, and I feel like my resume and my record shows, man, that I fought a very, very tough opposition. Fought Rene Alvarado, that's ranked number 1 right now. I fought Andrew Concio, that is a champion. I fought Gary Russell Jr. I fought Jesus Rojas, that was a former champion as well. So I mean, all these champions that are champions haven't fought any, future champions or did before I did, but they're all old and stuff. And I feel like I fought a lot of guys that are at the prime, and I feel like my experience and everything is ready to fight anybody that they face and that they put in front of you.
Well, I'm telling you what, man, just by talking to you right now, I can feel the energy. And the energy that you have and tenacity that you have inside the ring, you're displaying it in your vocabulary and just your the way, just you on the microphone, my man. I'm already thinking you need to come here in studio and just rock the mic with us. Get you down to Fresno, California, my man.
Oh, man, I wish I can, man, but right now I'm in camp. I got to, finish this camp. I got a tough fight coming up. We finally got the opponent that I guess we're going to be fighting. I personally thought we were going to be fighting some guy, Francisco Fonseca, the guy that fought Gervonta Davis and Kevin Farmer.
Yeah.
I was going to find out we're fighting some other guy from Nicaragua. He has a good record. He's southpaw and stuff. So now we're getting, some lefty sparring and stuff like that. And I feel like whatever they bring to the table, whoever the opponent is on May 4th, man, I'm just going to go out there and show out and showcase to everybody, man, that I'm here at 130 pounds, and I'm ready to go, and I'm ready to face any opposition that's a good tournament.
Hey, man, I'm looking forward to that right now. I just want to let you know, in studio with us, we have the co-host with the most. We have Co Escovedo, who's a UFC veteran, man. And we also got Mr. Mike Rutha. He's in studio with us right here. So they're hearing everything that you're saying, that they're talking about, that you're talking about, and they know your explosiveness, my man.
Oh, yeah, man. What's up, guys? How you guys doing?
Doing good, bro. How you going? How you doing, bro?
Doing pretty good, man. Thank you.
Hey, I got to ask you this, because we got a UFC veteran here with us in studio, man, and I know boxing's your game, but when you just want to change it up at all, do you watch any UFC, any Bellator, any MMA at all?
Excuse me?
Do you watch any MMA at all?
Yeah, I do actually watch MMA. I watched a couple of the fights. One of my, I don't even know how to pronounce his name, Uzma or something like that, man. But we actually grew up, but not grew up, but we were actually in the Olympic Training Center together when I was getting ready for the Olympics, and he was actually in the Olympic Training Center as well. We're wrestling and competing and stuff, man. And I watched this fight. And he ended up becoming a world champion. This guy's a beast, man. He's a very, very strong fighter. Knows how to grapple very well. He fought that guy Woodley, that is, a very dangerous UFC fighter as well. And he took him to school, man. He actually showed everybody that this guy's an actual real deal in the UFC. And I honestly think he's going to be a champion for a long, long time, man. I'm smiling
right now, man. This boxer knows his shit when it comes to MMA. Because when I talk to different boxers, they'll kind of draw a blank or they won't comment as long. This guy's ready. You're ready to commentate for the UFC now, my man, or Bellator.
I don't know about all that, man. I just support the people that support me, and I support my friends, man. And Uzma, he's been supporting me since day one. Been seeing my, me coming up as an amateur and then as a professional ranks as well. So, I'm just supporting my friend that supports me as well.
No, right on, man. What's it like working for Golden Boy Promotions, Oscar De La Hoya's company? What's it like, man, being signed with Golden Boy?
It's cool, man. like it. The thing about Golden Boy Promotions is they keep you very, very active, man. They got a lot of dates.
Yes, they do.
You know, a lot of shows. I mean, some of the shows are not, you know, really, really big shows, but they give you, you know, the opportunity to go out there and gain that ring experience that you actually need to, you know, become a professionally sound, pro boxer inside that ring. I mean, they got you know, the Velasco Theater, they got the Fantasy Spring shows, and now they got this deal with the Zone. I mean, they're giving out a lot of fights. So I mean, Golden Boy, they always been, you know, great for me. I mean, they always kept me very active. My first actual year as a professional fighter, I fought 8 times, and the year after that, I fought 7. And the year after that, 6. So I mean, they kept me very, very active, and now they still want to keep me very active. But now, since I'm right there for you know, the title contention, I gotta, you know, slow my roll a little bit and just play it safe and make sure that the fights that I'm fighting now are very meaningful fights, and fights that are, you know, that are going to take me to the next step, take me to, you know, that world title shot again.
Exactly. You know, I want to go back in time a little bit. Let's talk about 2012 Olympics. Let's talk about your class. Does anybody there that, of course, I know that you're still rooting for, that just you had a close bond with at all?
Yeah, man. Actually, me and Earl Spence, man, we had a very, very close bond. Me, Earl Spence, Marcus Brown, Rashid Warren as well. We were very, very close. But me and Earl Spence, we grew a really close bond because we traveled together a lot, and we were actually roommates. We slept together, and we freaking ran together. And the thing about Earl Spence, man, is he's a very, very, very hard worker, and I'm a hard worker as well. So we would always challenge each other. We would always push each other. Even outside of boxing, man, we used to play PS4 games, and we used to always get mad whenever I beat him. He used to get mad, and whenever he beat me, I used to get mad. So we were always competitive like that. And to this day, man, he's still right to me, I right to him, and it's very cool knowing that, I mean, he's very, very successful, and he's doing what he's doing as a professional fighter, man.
Considered pound for pound one of the best.
Yeah, I know, man. I always knew he was going to be, you know, the pound for pound one of the best because of his hard work, his work ethic, and, I mean, this guy's a beast, man. He's very, very strong. So
what do you think about our guy in our area from Avenal, who's now adopted Fresno, California, and is now a super lightweight champion of the world, WBC? We're talking about Jose Ramirez. What was your relationship back then with you and him?
Yeah, me and Jose, we always belonged to him. Jose always kept to himself because he's very, very quiet, Jose, man. But
Yeah.
he had, you know, the same motive, always, you know, being disciplined, always, you know, staying disciplined, and always working very, very hard. I mean, we always, you know, hang out too whenever we have the time. And I mean, Jose, he's a hell of a fighter, and I'm very excited, and I'm very proud of all his success as well, man. This guy, he shows a lot of heart inside that ring, man. His last fight was a very, very tough fight, but it took, I mean, he has a lot of balls, dude. He ended up freaking, you know, fighting down, pulling through, and freaking giving it his all. And
he won those championship rounds, the ones that count.
Exactly, man, exactly. So he has a lot of heart, and he has a lot of balls, and he's a very, very strong fighter as well.
Yeah, and you know, he's really doing good for himself. He's giving back to the community as well. And I mean, I can go on and on. That's a whole different show. And Jose, you're watching. We need to get you in the studio, my man, since you bought that mansion in Fresno, California. I want to ask you this, man. Having Oscar De La Hoya by your side, what advice has he given to you? I mean, because what he says is actually gold, just like Golden Boy, because he's been there, done that, and in his time, he didn't win them all, but he fought everybody, young and old, and everybody in and out of their prime. He fought everybody in his division, out his division. So that I can never take away from him.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Oscar De La Hoya, he's a mentor, and he was one of my biggest role models, man. When I looked up to this day, he's still one of my biggest role models because of all the success he has outside of the ring, man. This guy, he's a very smart entrepreneur. He's a good businessman, and he knows what he's doing. And at the end of the day, I know that my boxing career is, you know, going to come to an end at one point, and I got to make sure that I'm making my right investments and making sure that I'm doing the right thing to, you know, make sure that I'm going to be able to provide for my family and protect myself later on in the future. So this guy, right now, like me and him, we always talk. He always gives me great advice. He knows that I want to fight the best just like him, and he's giving me all these opportunities, man, to you know, showcase to everybody that I'm willing to fight the best and that I want to fight the best. And right now we got this WBA gold title fight for May 4th, and after this fight, we're pushing, for that Tevin Farmer fight. So I could just showcase to everybody that I'm still, fighting at the top of the division. I try to beat, the best at 126, Gary Russell Jr. Ended up falling a little short, but it is what it is, man.
Yeah.
I feel like it just made me a more experienced and more hungrier fighter.
Well, you are going to be hungry. You remember, Marvin Hagler wasn't successful his first title bid, and when he first got it, even though I thought he won the fight, he wasn't awarded the belt. Hey, man, I know you got a lot of training preparation to do, my man. Okay, go ahead. You got a question, Mike?
Yeah, JoJo. Earlier, I was on Twitter. I was talking to a couple people. You know how the Lemieux fight fell off, so they obviously wanted to make you co-main. How close were you, or did Rene Alvarado just quickly turn down that fight with you? That was a question that was asked to me.
Yeah, you know what? Because Rene Alvarado, I saw him in the past. And it was a very, very tough fight, but I was landing a clear shot that ended up getting the unanimous decision. And now I feel like Rene Alvarado, he is mandatory right now for Andrew Sancho, and I think he just don't want to lose that opportunity. I mean, we sent Tevin Farmer 2 contracts, and that didn't fall through, so we sent Rene Alvarado a really, really good contract too, a 6-figure payday, but he ended up, denying the fight because I guess he is mandatory for Andrew Sancho. Andrew Sancho is going to be fighting Machado again, I believe, in June, so if everything goes well with that and Andrew Cancio wins, then he'll be fighting Andrew Cancio for the world title. So I think he just don't want to, lose that opportunity. I mean, it's a business for him as well, but sometimes I just don't understand. I just don't understand their way of thinking, man. This fight is a really, really big fight, especially on such a big weekend on Cinco de Mayo. Like, why wouldn't they just accept it and,
take that opportunity?
Take advantage of the opportunity, man. But at the end of the day, you can't force anybody to do it.
No.
Hopefully later down the line, if he ends up becoming champion or something, then we'll fight again.
Yeah, and as you're saying, you don't understand that, and I get that as well, because as you just said, Cancio and Machado aren't going to fight again until June. If he's just going to sit back, he might not get that fight again until possibly, September or October. That's going to be a long layoff. In that meantime, you might already have had 3 fights in the time that he gets his fight. So, I mean...
Exactly, man, because, Cancio and Machado are going to be fighting in June, and you never know, man. They might get a cut, or the champion might get a cut, or might get an injury, and that might postpone the fight
exactly
for Rene Alvarado. So he's probably not even going to be fighting until September, October, or maybe even December. So I don't know why he wouldn't just accept a fight right now. But like I said, man, you can't force anybody. If they don't want to accept the fight, then it is what it is.
Exactly. It is what it is, man. I mean, it's unfortunate, but I'm glad you're ready. You stay ready. So when you get that golden call, you're ready to take that golden bout and that golden opportunity. You notice how I'm keeping it golden?
Exactly, man. I'm ready for anybody. I'm ready for whoever they put in front of me.
Hey, I would love to see you and Tevin Farmer, man. I've been asking for that fight for over a year. When I seen you calling him out, that was perfect. And I know Tevin right now, it was a little too close for him to make the fight, so I could understand his point. But I know you guys are going to get it on, and I can't wait to see that fight. And, hey, hopefully we can be there to see it, because that's going to be a great fight.
Yeah. I mean, I understand where Tevin was coming from, too. I mean, he just fought, and, he's taking a break right now. He's enjoying his little vacation and his victory. So, I respect him, and I know he's a hell of a fighter. But at the end of the day, he has what I want, man, and that's a world title. And, of course, I'm going to be calling him out, and, of course, I'm going to be, challenging him. He was actually on the live on Instagram, I believe on Saturday actually, and I went on his live feed, and then I wrote to him, and then he started telling me that he's actually going to be on my fight. That he's excited for me. He was like, let's just get this job. He was like, get the job done May 4th, and then we'll set up a fight between me and you, hopefully sometime later on this year.
Hey, get it done in California.
Yeah, he wants you to take care of business.
Comes in the ring after my fight, man. I'm hoping he walks inside that ring, dude.
And that'd be a great thing right now. Hey, I'm going to let you go, man, because I know you got an explosive career and a training camp to attend to, because May 4th is just around the corner. What do you got to say to all the fans that watch and support JoJo Diaz?
Yeah, to all my fans out there, man, I just want to say thank you guys for all the love and support throughout all the years, man. And I promise you guys to come up is real, and I guarantee you guys fireworks come May 4th. I will be champion this year. Mark my words, I will be champion, and it's just all about inspiring and making sure that I'm constantly inspiring the youth and constantly just inspiring people and showing them that dreams come true, man. As long as you stay devoted to the sport or stay devoted to your craft and always praise God.
Amen, brother. I hear you there. Hey, thanks for taking time off out of your training camp, man, and joining us here on the Fighter's Voice Kickass podcast. I'm going to be sending you that link pretty soon, my man. We wish you well.
Thanks, man. You guys have a good day.
Okay,
you too. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Wow, the man likes to rumble. The way he fights is the way he talks, and that's a great personality. Very marketable, and of course, he's signed with DAZN, Golden Boy, Oscar De La Hoya Promotions. When you hear a young man like that, very ambitious, Cole, I mean, what adjustments do you make? I mean, he's on the right path. Don't you agree?
I don't really think you make too many adjustments. When you have a fighter that is already kind of set in a mentality, unless you think that the mentality is going to be self-destructive to either their fight camp or their career in general, you kind of just let them do what they're going to do, because if you can get the most rawest version of them on a consistent basis, you don't fuck with it, because either that's going to sell or that's not going to sell, and unless it's detrimental to their career. Like, you can hear guys telling Connor, don't fucking throw it, Connor, don't throw that forklift thing or whatever. So you could hear guys going, no.
Yeah.
Unless you surround yourself with that guys, you'll crash and burn, but you just let them do what they're going to do.
There was something he said that stood out with me. A fighter that he wants to fight had a live feed on Twitter. And what did this guy do? Get on there live to promote himself, to let him know, hey, I'm right here, my man. Don't forget about me. They've had a conversation. They know both camps got to take care of business to go on to have a bigger business to take care of. And that's the ultimate showdown.
Yeah, and I mean, from that other guy's perspective, of course his answer is going to be like, yeah, go ahead and take care of business on your next one, and then worry about that. Because the reality of it is, regardless of whether you win or not, I'm still going to get money on my next fight. Yep. If you go and do what you're supposed to do, you're essentially just making my fight with you worth more money. So, Of course I want you to go out there and win. It's not like he's going to say, oh, I hope you lose. Because in A, it's like, why? That serves no purpose. And B, it makes you look scared. But you're supposed to go, yeah, go and take care of that first, and then we'll talk. Because that's already, in his mind, it's like, dude, all I have to do is sit back and watch these guys pound each other, and I just have my next fight. Like, my next fight just was created for me. I just found my next payday. And I'm hoping that the guy does well, because it'll make it even more lucrative, because he'll be like, I really want fucking so-and-so. And then, like he said, I hope he gets in the ring. If he doesn't, if he's there and he doesn't, it'd be a silly missed opportunity. Because that's how
you promote a fight.
Yeah, choreograph writes itself. The promoters are sitting there going, oh, thank God. It's like, dude, where they don't have to script it, they don't have to write it. We used to do that shit all the time. It was just like, you were there at a fight and homie won, and you want to climb in there and do it. Now, granted, you do it wrong, like Jason Mayhem Miller did it. you get fucked up. But for you to go in there and be like, hey, dude, that was a kick-ass fucking fight. Who are you going to do next?
Who's that commentator? We're on live TV, guys. Guys, stop, guys. We're on live. Dude, shut up, bro.
He's ESPN, isn't he?
No, Morrow, right? Showtime.
Yeah, Showtime. Yeah. Like, what were those guys? Because here's the thing: is they never experienced that in boxing.
Yeah.
Like, you're dealing with boxers, and then now you're dealing with just fighters. It's a different breed. It's just like.
But no, he wasn't on Showtime till recently. He used to do. He always did the middle of the line MMA. It's Moro Ronaldo, but he just started on Showtime with boxing.
He used to work with Bushido and Pry and stuff like that.
What's his catchphrase now? Mamma Mia every time
something like
happens?
that. But yeah, dude, you could hear the guys going, "Come on, you're on TV." Like that's gonna stop him at that point.
Yeah. Oh, you're right, bro. Let me help you out.
They can't even hear you, my man.
Yeah, no.
And see how you're saying that the choreographer coming in.
Yeah,
Canelo and Triple G after the fight with Chavez. Everybody knew that was set up. I got messages from the night before telling me Canelo and Triple G are going to walk into the ring, or Triple G is going to walk in if Canelo wins, blah, blah, blah. And even though I knew it was set up, it was still like, oh, he's walking into the ring. And what did Canelo say? Hey, luck's for the mediocre, let's go. And that little line was like, oh, let's whoo.
Yeah, you get chills from it. You're excited about it.
They're over there, people over there like, oh.
Yeah,
that's
dude,
what happened. It was like, whoo.
Speaking of that, you know what I was thinking about the other day? Remember when, gosh dang it, GSP came in and he said, I was not impressed.
Yeah.
that was great, man. Yeah. He just kind of basically mind-fucked him.
Yo, hell yeah, he mind-fucks you, dude, because it's like, you're not looking for his recognition, but at the same time, when a guy like GSP goes, he was unimpressed, it's like,
I am
fuck, dude. It's like he knows what he's talking about. Like it's like when that guy says
he wasn't impressed.
He's talking shit, but he's not even putting. He's not.
And then he backed it up.
Exactly. And that's the thing. It could be he might have been impressed, but he's like, you know what? Let me throw him off his game. You look
Yeah,
right, bro.
I'm not
I was
impressed.
forever wanting him to throw those famous lines in on a Spider Silva fight and go back,
Yeah,
go in there.
but
But it
man,
never
he
happened.
just-
It never happened.
He just got to a point. I think GSP actually got to a point. Not that
He was
not that he's
bored.
not like one of the greatest, and he always will be great in this and that. But I think even he realized, and Fazar and those guys, I think they realized that there's a limit to what he's capable of. Kind of like we were talking about that with the John Jones Gustafsson fight, where we saw the best Alex we'll ever see against Jones, and he almost fucking beat him. Yeah. So it's considerable that he was good, but that's it. That's all we're going to see. Same thing with like with the GSP. I think GSP even knows, and this is not me saying that he's not one of the greatest guys or he cannot be better. It's just it paints a real picture that once you realize. You accept reality of what your potential is, you find a way to maximize your value for that. And then when you can't anymore, it's time to go because you don't want to get stuck in that spot. So it's like when he says he's not impressed, it's like he's not for a while. But then with the whole Anderson Silva things like that, it's like he just didn't want to lose at some point because he knew that he wasn't going to get better and that the guys coming up were potentially more dangerous. And now the game plan was just not to beat you, just don't lose.
Exactly.
That's all it is. But when you throw him a guy like Bisping, he looks really good because he's fucking better than a guy like Bisping.
Yeah.
The weight
I
just
like
made
the
it more
left hook,
exciting.
and then Freddie Roach made his UFC debut.
Yeah,
in the
that's
corner. So
cool
I do
too.
like that. But listen, before you get started, because I want to recap on last week's UFC fights, man, on MMA, and I know you got some exciting things to talk about. I want to give a shout out today at somebody's birthday. That's Fresno's own undefeated top rank prospect, and that's Isidro Ochoa, my man. Happy birthday, my man, from the Fighter's Voice.
bro.
Isidro, you got a big fight coming up August 4th in Stockton, California.
May 4th.
May 4th. Did I say August 4th? I'm thinking of August 3rd, man. My birthday already. And then August 4th, I got a ring announcing gig. Man, I'm tripping.
Yeah,
out.
that better have been a ring announcing
Actually
gig.
got the call today.
Yeah.
So anyways, man, styles make fights, and so does this show. And also on that card is, of course, 209. You got Gabriel Flores Jr. You got Andy Akajas, and that's going to be a great show. But
Jerwin and Kajas.
Jerwin.
Where you at,
man,
bro?
Man, I'm tripping today. I'm thinking of Andy Reese. I'm thinking of, oh my gosh,
That
man.
Dodger hat on today.
No, man. It's that drive. It's that drive down here today, my man. I just had to keep it together. Road rage, man. But it's okay.
Telling you.
It's okay, man. Just keeping it together. So I better keep my shit together and pass the mic to Koa Scovito. Talk about what happened, my man. We missed out on some great fights.
Ass
I
whoopings
didn't
happened.
get to see him, man.
Ass
they
what's
were
happened.
nice.
I fucked up all my picks. That's what happened. No, I had Holloway to win, and he lost. It wasn't
That
even
was
that.
a good fight, man.
Yeah,
I was just surprised at Poirier.
Okay, well, here's the thing, though. Last time they fought, Poirier won. So this time, I was talking to some friends about. They're like, "Well, I said I think Max will beat him this time." I said after watching him fight Ortega, which, and at the same time, it goes back to when you see a guy like Holloway destroy a guy like Ortega, who destroyed Edgar and Swanson. Do you really have to take a step back objectively and go, "Okay, so let's think about this. Maybe he wasn't as good at that weight class. Maybe 55 is just because he still looked tiny but lanky as shit, dude. Stay at 45." And just use all those advantages. Like you have so much more reach over like the Mendezes, the Fabers, like your shorter wrestler guys.
Many expected that fight to take place with Ortega to do that to him, and he flipped the script on Ortega.
Man,
But,
I honestly thought Holloway was going to win, but then it's just watching the first 3 rounds.
He
figured it out,
didn't he didn't look like him at that. It was like, and then he was getting caught with stuff that I don't remember him getting caught with.
True, but the thing is, then that's the thing is, do you have a guy? Is it the guy throwing what you're seeing him avoid versus a guy like Poirier throwing it? Where plus you have to consider the mental aspect too. He's like, dude, I already fucked you up once.
Yeah, that could have been it.
Like
He might have been thinking, I'm going to whoop your ass.
Exactly. But Holloway never seemed really emotional. He seemed like, no, I have a game plan. The game plan is to beat you because if we try to beat the first guy, we're going to lose. The game plan is to beat this Dustin like it's a fresh slide. I think there's just. At 55s, Poirier just has his number. He's just bigger.
He made the adjustments.
And it could be just, as we've always talked, certain fighters have your number.
They just got your number.
And that could be it.
Some guys have your number.
It could be that's what this one is.
Yeah, I mean, Evander Holyfield had Mike Tyson's number. Tommy Hearns, who's the one outboxed Tommy Hearns? Right, the Blade Barkley. He had Tommy Hearns' number. I mean,
exactly.
You can fight over again. And some guys just have your number, man.
But yeah, that was that was just an ass whooping. It wasn't even like it could have gone either way. It was just from start to finish. After the 3rd round was over, you're like, okay, unless Poirier fucks up or gets tired, this fight's locked.
Yeah.
There's nothing he could do now except to lose. Is to lose this fight. It was his. He just had to not lose.
What did you think about the co-main event?
Gaslam and Israel. I wasn't surprised. I picked Israel to win. I thought
he has a crazy style.
Well, he does. It's that real lanky, like daddy long legs kind of shit.
He's the evolved Anderson Silva. Honestly.
Yeah, kind of.
That's what I see
that Wonder Boy a little bit.
Yeah, but didn't Wonder Boy just get fucked up by like some super punch?
Somebody typed him. Yeah.
So,
Superman punch right off the bat.
Superman punched him?
Showtime.
Yeah. Not even off the fence, just pop back. Yeah. So he just looks really lanky. I think the thing is that everybody was so just in awe of Anderson Silva when he came around, and just the new way he fought, and just how he just embarrassed, like high peak level guy, just embarrassed. He knocked out Griffin going backwards with a jab. I mean, everybody was just like, "What do you do?" So when you see a resemblance, you see almost what might be considered like a torch passing. I think it's an illusionary torch passing. I think people want another Anderson so bad that when they see a guy like Israel, that they're like, "Oh, he's the next Spider."
I agree.
And then especially since Jones was that torch bearer until what he did, and now it's like, hey, let's give it to this guy.
I will say this: when Julio Cesar Chavez was in his prime and he left the sport, any Mexican fighter was supposedly the next. Who's the next Julio Cesar Chavez? Who's the next?
They felt like they had tapped a new market of fighters that they weren't using before.
I mean, because once their hero's gone, I mean, you're looking for another.
Yeah, and I kind of think that's what they're doing. So, and I'm not saying, don't get me wrong, I picked Israel to win that fight because he's lanky and he moves different. And I'm like, you avoid Calvin's bombs, you're good. Yeah. And he did that, but it's just, I think everybody wants him to be the next Anderson so bad. And it's just, Jones was right. He's like, what are you going to do? He's like, as soon as I go, oh, you have my attention, now you're just finding reasons for me to not be even fighting. It's like, dude, I don't think he'd be Jones. Right now. I'm pretty fucking sure he can't beat Jones, dude. I think you need a gun at this point to beat Jones. And even then, the athletic commissioner might be like, well, it's unprecedented. But, because at that point, it's like, dude, just give me like a rock salt gun. So I need an advantage. I need an edge.
Take his leg out.
But Jones will still be favored 2-1.
Yeah, he'd still be favored. They'd even give a blade that won't really kill him, but just enough to hurt him. They'd be okay.
They can't pull out the blade, and Jones might line something up right there in the middle of the ring.
Oh, my God.
Throw the blade, throw a credit card at him.
Did he go there?
His fucking moral Emmy, throw coke at him.
They ask him, how come all your bills are rolled up like that? in your wallet, instead of them all being paper, they're all rolled up like straws.
No, I'm just playing Jones.
They look like candles.
I think on the steamroll,
Jones is looking forward to coming on to the Fighters Voice Kick-Ass podcast.
Dude, no, because I think, here's the thing. Jones is, at some point, he was willing to try to kill that image so bad that he just got offended if you talked about it. He got mad and insulted if you talked about it.
Embrace it.
And at one point, I think he did, but I was even knocking for him. He was busting balls on that reporter, and he's like, ask a real fucking question. It's like, dude, you're kind of just avoiding it. Yeah. At this point, you should go, look, here's the thing with that. I fucked up. But and even if it's asked a million times, just fucking roll with it. It's always going to come up.
No matter what.
You're never going to not. Like, Tiger Woods could win the Masters a 9th time. And people are going to be like, hey, Tiger, remember when you cheated on your wife and she tried to run you over in the front yard? Like, you're never going to get around it. You have to just say, look at them for what they are. He's just the best fucking fighter there is.
I don't know if he was too worried about that. He was too worried. Hey, Tiger, remember when she took half your shit?
Remember this mugshot?
I'll take the hit in the car because he really got hit on the bank.
But I mean, it's he. I think he's over it to an extent of, look, we've talked about it. It's dead meal. But
what was it that he told Cormier when Cormier was like, oh, you were hopped up? He goes, I did a line.
Yeah, I did a line.
Before I fought you and I still beat
you up. Yeah. So it's just that I think he's now trying to go.
Cares.
Yeah, he's just trying to build an image now on, look, I come back, I'm kicking everyone's ass. Put the next, who's next? Who's fucking next? Like, exactly. It doesn't matter. So he feels that the second a guy like, even, it doesn't matter if it's a guy like Israel, just anybody tries to take a stab at that
I want to read his book once he's retired. He just lets the shit fly.
I don't know. I don't think he'll have a book. I think he'll just win. I think when a guy like Jones is done, I think we'll just not hear from him anymore. We'll see him in some sort of coaching aspect or fighting.
And he'll pop up at other events just randomly.
Yeah, exactly. Like they'll pay, like Obama, they'll pay him money to come run seminars at their camps. You know what I mean? Same concept. Like they'll be like, dude, we'll give you $50,000. Come run a weekend seminar. But it's going to be a while before we see that, by the way. Like I think it's going to be a couple of years. But it's just, so anytime a guy mentions, oh, you did this, you did that, you did this, Jones instantly takes it as, you're fucking scared. The fact that you're trying to get a rile out of me or why are you bringing up old shit? They're bringing up old shit because they know that if they try to say it.
Happened an hour ago, man. That's old. You know
exactly.
What I mean? And he'll say that. That's
because
old.
he knows that none of them can point the finger and go, I'm better than you here. I'm better than you at this.
Unless you're Ali Setback, he'll get the scoop right when he's doing the damn line. Ali be there right there and say, hey, how's everything going right here? Reporting. I mean, the guy, I had a chance to talk to him this weekend. Good guy, down to earth. A lot of people hate on him. I don't know what he does outside the box, but as far as the work and the grind, I mean, the man, you got to give him his props on that. I mean, he opened the door for a lot of people, and there's a lot of people that admire him, but his feet are on the ground.
Yeah.
His feet are on the ground, and he's making it happen, man. He's like the Superman of media, and I'll go ahead and give him that tag right now.
Yeah? We'll have T-shirts made?
Well, the man gets there. I mean, he's everywhere. He is freaking
except for
everywhere.
Ronda Rousey's gym. That's it.
No, he's not going in there. No, he's not going in there. But no, the man's he's on the grind, man.
Yeah,
Makes him
he's
happen.
everywhere.
But I think what else came out of that weekend, aside from the Jones-Israel feud that we have now, that's the next. I don't know if that's necessarily the next fight you make for Israel.
Israel said to let me get some fights, and then he knows too that he's not going to beat him right now.
He knows he needs to perfect some shit first and really just
everything he's doing
dominate.
Jones will be like, oh, he's going to spin right now. Okay, oh, he's going to throw. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
He's going to do okay. In a year or two, when Jones maybe slows down a bit, that he might still see it, but that my elbow might land.
Okay,
that kick
so
might
then
land.
how long do you think before we start to see? Because you've got a point where Israel's going to get so good and Jones is already so good. There's going to be a point to where it's like, okay, and then Jones's age is starting to kick in. Like, there's this window. What do you think that is? A year? 2 years?
Well, honestly, I don't know, because Jones has never taken a beating. And that's
the beating that Alex gave him, which, like I said, the best Alex we saw, that was close.
That was one. Other fighters, it's,
But now it can be done.
Yeah.
Like, he's not a god anymore. You can kill a god.
So maybe
Chael, too, he broke his own foot, his own toe. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, so maybe a year or
Chael
two.
broke his leg taking all that money to the bank is what happened.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, maybe in a year or two you start maybe seeing some, but it's just
maybe a decline in Jones a little bit.
Certain fighters, it's Chuck used to get his ass kicked until he finally got knocked out.
I gotta say this right. I gotta say this right now. Check this out. I went to go do my taxes the other day. Shut down completely. Bam, bam. No, bros, on tax day. Too late. So I put a call in. Thank you, Zoila Frosto. I put a call into Zoila. I said, is there any way you can let your mom know? I normally don't go here, but I don't want this penalty, when it comes to tax. You do not mess with the IRS.
If you don't have an extension in
play,
you
do not mess with the IRS.
Just late.
And she'll say, you know what, let me see what I can do. I'm not promising anything. I'm like, okay. And then she goes, Mom's going to call right now. Boom. When she called, Zoila Frosto, thank you for taking care of my taxes. Zoila Frosto tax people are the best in the world. Period. She's saving me money. Well, basically, I'm not paying as much as I could be paying. But, man, she saved me some penalties, man. She got me in on the late shift.
Yeah.
She made it happen, man. So I told her I would give her props, her mom, and Zoila, too. Also,
There's
as well.
some people who can pull off that 11th hour.
She made it happen. I said, I'm going to pull this card right here. I am.
Sometimes
so I
you
owe
have
you big
to.
time. I owe you both of you big time. I appreciate that.
Sometimes you have to, but it turns into an opportunity to plug their business. Like when they can pull shit out of the hat like that, it's like, dude.
I didn't ask for like free tickets for an event. I didn't ask, can you give me the upfront? We're talking about the IRS. You do not play with them. No. So I said, you know what? Do I pull this card or not? I just boom, text her. Boom, she texts back. She said, let me see what I can do. Got the phone call. Yes. So I want to give props.
Well, we know who he's doing his taxes with for the next 5 years at least.
No, I always go to her, honestly.
Oh, yeah. I really we talked about her last year, too.
Yeah, no, she takes care of it, man.
I know like one person like that. It's Mama Padron. It's like, if you want to do your taxes with her, you have to tell them in May, hey, Mama, can you do my taxes this coming year? And she'll go, okay, Dad, bring me like last 5 years. And let me start looking at them now. So, and then tell me what changes throughout the year when it happens.
Bro, she was so gangster because I had left my forms there anyways, right? Because I had to file an extension. But I go, man, I'm not going to pay these penalties. I'm already going to have to pay. She's so gangster. When she called me, she already had set everything up. I just went there to go sign everything.
Yeah.
She had to legit, everything matched, all the numbers that I gave her, all the documentation I had, she had it, boom, boom, boom.
She knows all the steps required to make sure.
See, now you know where her daughter gets it from inside the cage, because her mom's badass.
The resiliency.
Exactly. So, yeah, mad props for that, my man, mad props for that.
But like I said, so the Israel thing that came out this weekend, the only other thing I really saw coming out of the fights this weekend was the Covington Usman kind of was that post-fight fiasco thing. So now Usman's in such a spot now. Max got dominating
Max
win
Griffin.
again. So he's going to start fitting into the mix. Anytime I see Max on a card, I'll pick him every time because he's good people and he's a good fighter. So why not? And he's likable. He self-promotes. He he does all the correct things. And every once he's accepting of the bad beats he takes, like with the Brazilian thing. Like he was just like, screw it, I'll just ride on the next one. And then he just goes out and just dominates. And it's like, okay, we get it. So he's going to have to definitely be getting attention now. And you're just going to start working his way up to the main card for sure. But the Usman Covington thing, Usman had hand surgery? He had to have hand surgery after this one. So he's basically got the ball in his court kind of thing, like told Covington, he's like, you have to beg me for that fight now. Because Covington
blew it.
He shot himself in the foot. He's not as likable. He's almost like a bully, and it's like he tried to accept the bully role, and nobody liked it.
He doesn't play it well, and the thing,
he don't. It
doesn't fit him.
No, it doesn't fit him.
And I'm not going to take anything away from him. I think he's a great fighter.
But
I think Usman's going to whoop his ass. Honestly, I mean, I think it's not even a challenge.
No. You could have some of the greatest fighter, and they just don't have the self-marketing.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but he's asking it, and it's almost funny to hear him do it sometimes. Like you say, he's overdoing it. It's not him. He should just be the quiet, I'll fuck you up. Yeah. Like, that's all Covington needs to do.
Like, the way Bisping did it, you were like, dude, all right, man. Like, Bisping played it perfectly. Every other fighter, Chael Sonnen, he was the best at it.
He's the blueprint.
Yeah.
Chael's
and this guy's like,
it's
like, you're what the hell are you doing?
Yeah.
Like,
I've been noticing a lot. Chris Honeycutt, he's marketing himself. He's letting him know, hey, man, I'm still here. What's going on here? And I kind of inboxed. I said, hey, go hit up Combate. Make it happen, man. I mean, there's another avenue there. And I know they actually stay busy, man. So, yeah.
Hey, you just have to make phone calls.
And you know what? Speaking of Combates, the man that lost the main event, Gallo Estrada, the last one, or Flores, actually came back and won. Funny thing is, I sent a message with Bullet Quintana during the fight. He tried to use the same move that he got knocked out with, and it landed, but
didn't have the same effect.
Well, because the other guy ducked in, and I texted him. I was like, "Hey, man, look at him. He's using your move." He's like, "Oh yeah, he just wants to beat me so bad."
We got a question right here. Gary Brown, I would like to get 2 of my fighters on your show. What do I need to do? Okay, Gary, what fighters? Are we talking about MMA fighters? Are we talking about boxers? Are we talking about professional? Are we talking about amateurs? Inbox me all that information. I need a storyline. Are they going to fight next? Did they overcome adversity? Let's spice it up. Get a hold of me. Let's put it together. Reach out to us, and we'll see exactly what we can do. I've never said no before. We just need a storyline, my man. Yeah. Any other take on that?
Yeah, just you gotta. When you're gonna hit up, just have some more information. We need to know what sport, things like that. So we'll put them on almost. It's just we gotta have, like you said, we gotta know how to market you, gotta know how to promote you. What are we promoting? Who are we promoting? Things like that.
Okay, I just got another text from Lalo's Boxing. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. He said, Richard, the hottest IG in the world, Lalo's Boxing. I got you, my man. So I was throwing it out there. He said, numbers don't lie. He said, men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. So he's letting them know, man, who's the hottest right now. All these followers, man. He's had it blown up.
You'll see that. Numbers don't tell. I mean, like I said, ESPN's changing there so they can profit maximally.
Speaking of that, though, I wanted to bring this up just as you were a UFC fighter. Their numbers total, the whole purse for every fighter, was so much less than just Lomachenko's Friday.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous, man.
That just shows how little they get paid.
Yeah, that's horrible. I was looking at that. I was looking at the purses, and I'm thinking, Lomachenko got this much. I'm like, all right, I know Holloway and Poirier are not the highest, but come on, if you're going to be headlining give them at least
give
them at least $1 million, something, man. You're going to make a grip. Well, you just signed this contract with ESPN. Come on now.
Schwab and Joe were talking about how they do that. It's a ploy. They pay you just enough to where you're not making McGregor money, so you kind of still need to keep fighting, so it keeps you hungry. But then at the same time, they're not paying you what you're worth.
It's especially when you, like you said, Lomachenko fought a guy that he knocked out in 4 rounds, barely broke a sweat, and you're sitting here getting your ass kicked
for like 3 or 5 rounds.
And you're over there bloody, and you're like, damn, that dude made that much more.
Lomachenko's just a different beast. Hey, Mike, this question's for you. It's from a Matt, I believe is Doan. He said Danny G will not win, okay? And he said, who will Manny fight next?
From what we've heard, Manny waiting on that Floyd announcement that he's supposed to make.
I was hearing that. I don't want to tap into that, man. I mean, he's supposed to make an announcement today, and I think that's what it is.
So it has something to do with that, I believe. When I asked the question about what's the announcement and what's going on with Manny, it was more of shh. So if anything, I would venture to guess Manny's going to get Thurman in July. If that doesn't happen, more than likely it's going to be, Garcia. I think Garcia's going to beat Granados. I think he's going to be challenged, but I do think he's gonna win. Manny more than likely again is going to probably get Porter. Not Porter. Thurman, and Spence Porter's probably going to be in September.
And this question came in. He goes, Miguel Nunez. He goes, where the hell's Andy Reese at? My man, he called in on the phone, but he did say he's going to come all the way down to Fresno, get some artwork down at Red Wave Ink. And also, we'll probably do the show there at his studio. So when he comes to the studio, if you're around, man, maybe you stop by and meet him. But I know he did call in, and he's getting ready to fight this Saturday, so I really couldn't expect him to come down in studio in the flesh, but he gave us a phone call, and he was very articulate, and he handled himself really well.
Yeah, I think he's got to fight in about 3 days. There's no way he's going to be in Fresno.
And I missed this one. Marky from That's What's Up. Remember, That's What's Up. Remember your shirt, Cole?
I've got that. I do.
I said, what's up?
I almost fucking wore that today, too. It's in my closet right now. I washed it and hung it up. It is in the rotation.
And then we got a comment from Matt Doan. Manny beat Golden Boy. Yeah, and we know that. But that fight, and I'm not taking anything away from Manny, but Oscar De La Hoya came in real light at 143. Real 40.
He didn't put on no weight the next day.
No, he should have used his weight and imposed his will, but yet he tried to have hand speed and he had no legs whatsoever. The only thing he landed that fight was in the second round, that left hook, but that was it. Manny just walked through everybody. So that's what that is.
Oh, speaking of Lomachenko, I was going to ask, did you even see how he dropped him?
Oh, yeah.
It just
right here.
Yeah. Is that where it landed? Because it looked like it bounced off the back of his head and he just kind of went down.
The worst camera ones that they have for it is the referee's one because he's right there. And then how they have their social media team now there, they have that one close and it sounds disgusting. You could hear his knuckle. I was like,
that's the best.
Guys, Brenda Escobar from Madera, California. She said, guys, if you guys are ever around the Madera, beer on me. I will buy you guys each a drink. So since Cole don't drink, Cole will take some water. My man will take a root beer, and I'll take something that I don't want to plug. So, thank you, Brenda. Appreciate that. Dodgers all day.
I don't drink root beer. It'll be something with, let's say, pepper, and we'll leave it at that.
Okay, with pepper. Okay. Oh, and you know what? Brenda, KP said, where's his drink? So it's a whole team right here. Yeah. So, hey, we'll share to do what we need to do, and we'll call you on that.
Yeah, but speaking of the fights, too, on Friday, Lomachenko, that was, what we expected.
You know what? It was, I would say this. To see Mike Tyson train and see it on TV, but to see it in person, I mean, I called him the Michael Jordan of boxing. I mean, he is just a step ahead of everybody. Power, speed, agility. If I had to put something together, I would say he's a combination of Manny Pacquiao and Roy Jones Jr.
He's a talented man, but you know what? His limit is 135.
Yeah, no.
I know. I keep hearing the Jose and nope. Just
not at 140s.
Oh no, but Jose shouldn't come down either.
Jose,
he shouldn't come down.
For that extra zero, you're coming down too, and a chance to make boxing history.
But now, do you really want to come down to your guys' better weight class? Like you're coming down to his world.
Here's the thing. Jose will take mandatories. Jose is chasing greatness. Jose wants to fight the best. He's not planning on moving up to 147 next year just for the heck of it. There's a certain somebody there that's 147. So those are the big names. I admire that. But before who moves up, if he can make boxing history by moving down 5 pounds and with Charles Trimley in his corner to make sure that the diet is right, to make sure the game plan is right, that'll be an interesting fight. And I know a lot of people may not agree with me, but I would love to see that fight.
I would have loved to see it, but until I realized that Lomachenko's limit is 135. The thing is,
I would love to see it. I would love to see it at 140. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, because you're coming down, and we know, maybe he can make it. Jose right now is a solid 140, and he probably can make 147 with ease. So dropping down, you could say, it's only 5 pounds. No, that's a big.
I think Jose makes a stronger account of himself when he unifies, when he gets Hooker's belt. And by the way, I mean, hats off. Jose don't ever call out anybody, ever. I've never seen him call out anybody. He went on Instagram that same day and he called him Reese Hooker. He said, I want this fight. Make it happen.
Hopefully that does happen.
I can see
when
him.
you're the champion, you don't have to call people out.
But he wants the other belt.
He wants the other belt.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is he doesn't call people because he doesn't have to. But when he wants a specific fight, then you'll see him do that.
Exactly. And that'll be good for boxing. And then he holds a little bit more weight. But I did ask Lomachenko that question. I wish we can pull it up on here, and I wasn't thinking about that. I asked him, all this talk about, because he called out Mikey Garcia after the fight. And I said, all this talk about Mikey Garcia. I said, what about Jose Ramirez? And he said, yeah. So I asked him the same question because I wanted to make sure. I risked everything. I wanted to make sure that he said yes.
Understood the question.
Yes. He goes, no problem. He goes, I said, yeah. I said, hey, I'm just asking. Want to get the soundbite? I think you're ready for anybody. Congratulations, champ.
Yeah. But again, he won't go to 140 for it, and that's the problem. He won't go.
No, that's not the problem. The problem is he does not need to go to 140.
And Jose doesn't need to go to 135. I get it's a legacy fight and everything, but it's. I don't want Jose to drop down for it.
Well, I bet you, if the fight was to take place 135, Jose will drop down to that.
Oh yeah, no doubt. He's that's the money.
Well, not just the money. Jose's chasing legacy.
Yeah, but
just like Mikey Garcia, he went up there to go chase legacy. He got a few extra dollars in doing so. But I like these fighters. These are the old school type fighters. Other than hey, I got a belt, I'm going to bounce, and I want to just defend it against easiness.
Yeah, but as we said, Jose's calling all these other guys out because he wants that unification. He wants those titles.
Cole, when you were fighting, you wanted to test your skills, right? Money's good and stuff too. He's paid, but deep down, there's pride in you, and you busted your ass in the gym, and you said, I want to test my skills against this guy.
Yeah,
I'm sure there was a balance.
Yeah, but it came when I fought across like a 3 different weight class spread. So I wasn't like when we're boxing, where it's like you have to be very specific about the class you're in. I fought from 35s to 55s. It was always about a matter of what was the paycheck, not the weight class for me. So it just mattered what we were getting paid. With boxing at the levels that guys like Lomachenko and Ramirez and stuff are at, you really have to look at, is this specific fight, is it going to increase and extend my legacy? Is it just going to be a tough fight? And if so, is it going to be a tough fight that's worth it? And if I lose, am I going to tarnish my legacy? Yeah, I see extend your legacy, but at the same time, are you taking a fight that's biting off more than you can chew, not in the sense of who the opponent is, but the weight class, the opponent? Is that fight really going to extend your legacy? Like, is Ramirez beating Lomachenko going to extend his legacy, or is it just going to be like, hats off, bro, that was a risky fight? But is that all people are going to say? Is you're a badass, you took a risky fight, or is it going to say, well,
Well, see, and that's my issue. There is, what are they going? If it's, let's say Ramirez beats him 8-4. You're bigger. You're supposed to beat him. Oh, yeah. Well, that's what we thought was going to happen. You came down, but you're supposed to win. You're a bigger fighter.
Your win gets tarnished a little.
As if Lomachenko went, oh, you beat a bigger man. But then again, they're going to take, well, you drained him. You made him come down to 135. So that's really where my issue is. If it's an all-out brawl and they go 12 rounds and they're both busted up, then it's probably, but what are actually the odds of that's going to happen? I think Jose beats Lomachenko.
Okay. So who do you think is going to fight Lomachenko? Do you think it's Mikey Garcia?
No, not next. He's going to fight.
No, I'm not saying next. Do you think that fight will take place?
I believe so. Mikey's got too much.
I interviewed Ali Setback, and I said, "You're personal friends with Mikey Garcia. Personal friends." I said, "Do you see that fight taking place?" Or I asked him who was going to win that fight. And he said, "You know what, Richard? It sounds good because of the hype." He said, "Different promotions. I don't see that fight taking place."
I think it's going to happen. Just how Mikey is.
I'm not saying Ali's his manager, but he's around him enough to make that comment.
Yeah, but Mikey knows eventually people are going to say, "Oh, he's scared." And Mikey's, I'm not scared.
Well, here's the thing: scared or not, Mikey has a lot of pride, and he's very good.
And he
is not going to be quiet and allow someone to challenge him on national freaking TV
over and over again,
and not respond and not want to do something.
Yeah, but I think I still think that fight's at least a year and a half away.
And the simple fact, correct me if I'm wrong, KP, when they started mentioning fighters, Lomachenko didn't even put Mikey first. He put him second. Remember that? On that interview, he said, "Oh, I see him as number 2." So that was another jab on the down low.
He's making fun of him.
On the down low. So, hey, it is what it is, man.
I just can't wait to see him fight Lopez. I know that fight's going to happen.
That's going to be
I can't wait to see too.
Speaking of Mikey Garcia, he has exhibition this Saturday.
Against Morales.
Against Eric Morales, 4-rounder. And it's to raise money for awareness, I believe. What's the cause? Do you happen to know what that cause is?
For a fighter out of Garcia's gym that was shot.
Oh, yes, exactly. That's a beautiful cause right there. To put one living legend and one that's still in the game and one future Hall of Famer. I mean, that's a great cause. And I want to give a plug to Robert Garcia's Boxing Academy as well. And also, this is Friday, 559 Fights is back in Visalia, California, and I love it right there because the hotel is as soon as you get off the exit, it's right there, and the fight's taking place inside that hotel. Jeremy Luchau, I hope Luchau. Hey, I want to make sure I get it right.
You know he doesn't mind. He deals. You got so many different names you got to remember, man.
He said, go ahead and chop it up.
Yeah,
go ahead and chop it up.
He doesn't get offended.
But I mean, he continues to put on great shows, man. And the thing about him, he has his shows already booked. The next one's, I believe, in May.
What, the 10th?
May 18th. Is it? No.
No.
He's staying away from May 10th. That's a hot day because that's Combate in Stockton. So I believe it's 18th. He's coming back to Fresno. The ballroom.
The Rainbow, yeah.
Yeah, the Rainbow Ballroom. So he was actually, we kind of, I was waiting for him to get back because he was actually going to come on the show with some fighters, right? And I said, okay, you know, I love to be neighborly and plug the fighters and help out Fresno. And yeah, we just had some fighters. It's hard to really pull them right now because they're cutting weight. They're working out because, you know, they want to stay focused. And by the way, our guest that we had here, what was that, Jaime? His first fight?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he won by fucking knockout.
Oh, that's right. The kid,
yeah, he
right?
did. The kid. Remember the kid was in here? He said, I had no stand-up. No, I had no stand-up training, no wrestling training. I want to do this. But he won by knockout.
Hey.
So I kind of had my thoughts. I'm thinking, okay, this kid's going to get taken to the ground or, you know, he won by knockout. So
nice.
I didn't get a chance to, like,
got to start somewhere.
let everybody know. Exactly. And he did. He won by knockout. So I'll take that. It's a good way to win. So what else we got brewing, my man?
We got UFC coming up this weekend. It's a fight night on the 20th. Unfortunately, you got Alistair Overeem.
In the morning, right?
Yeah, I think it's from overseas or
morning.
something. It's going to be an overseas one, so it's going to be hard. You've got Roxanne Modaffari's on it. I'll be picking her too. I realize she's got like 30-plus fights now. It's ridiculous. Yeah. Overeem's coming off a win, and then so I think he's probably just trying to be the only one that they're really using that card for. Like, he's just the main name for that card, but there's just a lot of no names on there. Not no names, but there's
up and comers, really.
Up and comers, people that don't really have a following yet. They like some guys, they don't even have pictures for them. They don't even have records for them. I think they're just kind of picking a lot of local fighters that they want to get in on that card.
One guy I want to acknowledge, the last show I said we're going to give out a Fighter's Voice hat to somebody random. And that random person was Jason Alexander. He was awarded a Fighter's Voice hat. And because I wasn't going to pick the 10th one, and so whoever subscribes. So again, if you subscribe to the channel, www.youtube.com/thefightersvoice, or go to The Fighter's Voice, www.thefightersvoice.com. You subscribe to the YouTube channel. You have a chance of winning a hat tonight. I'm just going to pick out somebody random. Random. I like giving hats away, man. But I'm not driving all the way down to Tulare. We'll meet halfway. We'll do something. I'll mail it to you.
You got to come get it.
It's a $20 value, my man. $20 value. Or else you can send us $20 and we'll send you a hat. But I'm going to give out somebody random today, someone who subscribes to the channel. That's www.youtube.com/thefightersvoice. And I like to hear from people, man. We had some fans, and apparently a lot of people like the Ali Setback interview. There was one interview that I like. It wasn't a fighter, but he's been around boxing his whole life. And to me, that's Lupe Contreras, one of the... I think he's the best in the business. I think he gets overlooked because he doesn't, let's get ready to rumble. He doesn't have all that. Or, hey, it's showtime. He doesn't all that. But his voice is golden. And what he has over these guys, and he can do it both in English and in Spanish. And he gave us a soundbite, and we're going to play that later on. I mean, he just had that command, his voice. I mean, that's his old ticket, man. So big plug there. Lupe Contreras, man. I've always wanted to interview him actually because he's the one who announced and said, hey, we're going to do a 10 count. And that was for my son, Richie, when he did it in Fresno, California. So when I looked on his IG, his tag, and he has that picture there. Nice. So it means a lot to me. It was cool. So anything, man? Anything before we say bye-bye, man?
Nothing much. Just busy, as you said, UFC. Saturday, we got 2 boxing cards. The week after that, we got another couple cards for boxing. Right. And Combates in LA, the Reyna's card. Yeah. So it's going to be real busy over the next few weeks.
Hey, I just want to say we're doing something really special. We got some things working right now. I really can't give too much detail, but I promise this is for you guys, the fans, the fighters, the followers. We got something real special. And we just got to iron out some things. We got to take care of some things, and we're going to be putting it in motion pretty soon. So anything, Cole?
Nope, that's it, man. Just get ready for the weekend, and the results will come for you next week.
Hey, that's right. Hey, I'm your host, Rich Ortiz of the Fighter's Voice Kickass Podcast. The Fighter's Voice, the only voice that matters. We're simply knocking out the competition. If you're not around, it's probably because you got knocked out. It's a wrap. Thumbs up for Richie.
Okay, fight fans, it's not goodbye, but until next week.
Remember,
It's always voiceography at its finest. So on behalf of Richard Ortiz, Cole Escovedo, the special guests, and all the crew right here at the Kick-Ass Podcast, saying hasta luego, babies. And always, thanks for listening.